game has already started here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. The game for today is between KNUST, of course the home team for the 2022 edition of the Gusa Games, and also JIJ, who came all the way from Accra to play here in Kumasi. So game has started in the first half, and already both teams have shown promising sign of giving us good football for today. But I love how the atmosphere is charged and ready for this football game. And a lot to be anticipated from this game already. KNUST almost developed the first attacking move, but the game continues with Team KNUST in possession of the ball, and it's a corner kick. So this is the Pajo Sports Stadium. It's the first game of Team KNUST. Their first game they are playing in the Kusa Games. So the first game against CTK Utahs was a walkover for Team KNUST. So this is their first game. And for GIJ, it's their second game after losing their first game against UAW. So there's a lot to be anticipated in this game between KNUST, who are in their yellow jersey with green and white stripes, and GIJ in the blue jersey. Game continues with KNUST on the attacking stride. Ball is out and it's a throw-in to Team KNUST. And KNUST, yes! That's a penalty! Penalty to Team KNUST. And very early on in the game, and a chance to get the opening goal of this match. Goalkeeper for GIJ, Sede Madra, making a foul in the penalty area. Goalkeeper for GIJ, Sede Madra, with the foul in the penalty area, and it's a penalty to Team KNUST. And it's the captain of the side, Edwin Amwakwata, the experienced Edwin, to effect the penalty kick and the chance to give KNUST the lead in this game. It's Edwin against Edwin. Edwin, and that's it! That's the opener! Edwin Amwakwata with a brilliant penalty kick. No chance for goalkeeper Sede Madra. And it's the first goal for Team KNUST. And already the game is in the hands of Team KNUST as they have the lead. In the opening minutes here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, Edwin Amwakwata, the captain of Team KNUST, doing justice to that penalty.
Share your thoughts, share your movements, share your experiences with the hashtag KNUST2022. It's Team KNUST 1, GIJ 0.
So Edwin Amwakwata giving KNUST the opener, and that's an easy catch. The goal scorer, Edwin Amwakwata. And KNUST in possession of the ball. It's another chance! But that's an offside. Offside, and that attack truncated. So it's GIJ now in possession of the ball. No, it's not. And it's a throw-in now to Team GIJ. They are trailing already early on in this game. KNUST leading by 1-0. The captain of the side, Edwin Amwakwata, who opened the scoring. So let me remind you again that these two teams met in the 2020 edition of the Busa Games. That was in Legon. And KNUST triumphed by 5-1 on that day. GIJ say they are out for revenge, but already it's looking like a Herculean task. Herculean task with KNUST already in the lead. So it's a corner kick. Team KNUST. And it's a free kick. And it's a free kick to Team KNUST. They are up 1-0 and they have a free kick, a chance to double the advantage. So free kick to Team KNUST.
You know the tweet.
And the short free kick. But attack has been derailed and GIJ now coming forward with the ball. Emmanuel Lano for GIJ. But the ball's been lost. And the mistake from the goalkeeper. It's GIJ. GIJ, they shot a goal. A feeble attempt from Gerald Baffo, unable to beat the KNUST goalkeeper. That was such a good chance.
Yakubu. Just say Yakubu. The guy they wear the tag.
So throwing to Team GIJ, who have the task of equaling and trying to fight for some points in this game. It's another throwing again to GIJ.
The hashtag once again is Gusa KNUST 2022.
And KNUST are in the lead here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, leading by 1-0. We are still in the first half. And GIJ, it's now Edwin Amakwata on the ball for KNUST. Throwing. And now a quick long ball. It's an opportunity for KNUST to double the lead. A chance for KNUST, a chance at goal, and that's it. But no. The referee says that's an offside. Almost the second for Team KNUST, but offside. And Edward Owusu Jemfi was just offside.
Two outside going like how many minutes?
So let me remind you that the game is live on TEK TV. TEK TV, search on YouTube TEK TV and you can get a game to watch live just as you watch it in person at the stadium when the game continues with KNUST in the lead by 1-0 against GIJ. We are still in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium and it's GIJ now approaching forward with a chance. Moving closer to the KNUST penalty area, but he's been crowded. Alfred Kwame Ofe, and he loses possession. So KNUST are leading by 1-0, still in the first half. Edwin Amakwata, who's the captain of Team KNUST, a very experienced player, getting the first goal for Team KNUST.
But the second match I do for that.
UDSU, UBs.
Now then I bought 3 o'clock now.
What have you if you room to go studio?
Now oh! It's 3 o'clock now in the studio. Sometimes you know, when you say what I want, you go chop out. Like I like 2, go chop. If I have a change in that, now they go chop.
We don't say these things over the experience, you see the search.
So KNUST are in the lead here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. 1-0. The lead. Game continues. Edwin Amakwata. The ball goes straight to goalkeeper Sede Madra of GIJ. Ball runs out of play for a throw-in. Advantage Team GIJ.
First love and then I had to get to Kiomodi and the P.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
The big daddy go.
So the game continues with GIJ. But they've lost it now to KNUST. Captain Edwin.
Offside, John.
It's KNUST possessing the ball in their own area, trying to break down the GIJ team. And this looks like a well-rehearsed offside trap from Team GIJ. Ball from goalkeeper finds Edwin. And now KNUST in search of an attacking build-up. Cross into the penalty area. Another offside. Another offside on Team KNUST. And the game is still 1-0 advantage KNUST, scoring very, very early in the game from the penalty spot kick. It's GIJ now. Now KNUST in possession of the ball. Mustafa Frimpong finds his captain, Edwin Amakwata. The ball was in search of Asiedu Daniel, but it's GIJ who retrieve possession. Now GIJ, Emmanuel Ano. But the ball was to no one in particular in goal kick. Goal kick to Team KNUST. So we are still in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. The 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association GUSA 2022 games. This is the football match between KNUST and GIJ. KNUST are leading by 1-0. Can't get to see a penalty kick from captain of Team KNUST, Edwin Amakwata. And the game continues, throwing to Team KNUST. Edwin finds Mustafa Frimpong. Ball now with Rabiu Jamal. And the long ball, but unable to reach Darlington Ofori, who was the intended target of that long ball. Team KNUST leading by 1-0 against JIJ. Game continues with GIJ, but they've lost in midfield and an early chance for KNUST to hit on the attacking break. It's now Jemfi who's lost possession. Now goalkeeper for Team KNUST, Adams Abdul. Ball now taken by Evans. Evans Dankwa gets the cross into the penalty area. A chance for Team KNUST. But he's lost possession on that occasion, and the game continues with Darlington. He finds Paul. Now ball with Mustafa Frimpong. Paul Awinab for Team KNUST. To the captain, Edwin. The through ball finds Evans Dankwa. Evans Dankwa approaching the penalty area. Evans gets the pass through, but it's offside. It's offside.
How you will go pass for there?
Because he was not offside.
He wasn't. It was the other player outside. So just score your goal.
And the game
It's right. It's all left.
resumes with Team KNUST leading by 1-0.
It's not right.
1-0 advantage Team KNUST. So I remind you again that this game is live on Tech TV. Go on YouTube, search Tech TV, and you can get the game live
The chefs, their friends are not watching.
on YouTube. So if you have friends who are not here at the Padre Sports Stadium and they want to keep track of this game between KNUST and GIJ, just tell them to search Tech TV on YouTube, Tech TV, and you get a game like KNUST with another chance at goal. And Edward Owusu was unable to head that ball at goal. Game continues with GIJ.
Which I'm starting game in a minute, you know.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, so they've played 8 minutes.
What's that exactly?
Yeah. Okay.
What's that exactly?
Yeah.
It's about 25. No, maybe about 8 minutes.
And the game continues with Team KNUST. Captain and goal scorer in this game, Edwin Amakwata, lost the ball in search of Evans Dankwa. Evans Dankwa still on the ball, approaching the penalty area, gets the pass in, and what a save! GIJ goalkeeper Sede Madra with a wonderful save to deny Prince Safo the second goal for Team KNUST. Game continues. And Damu Fatau is fouled. And a free kick to Team KNUST.
What's the offside trap? It's all better with the long balls.
Only gets
I want you to give what I do examination. So I know this video we have seen. It's not set up with the feature. Also, so after the all come for one in this room. Most of the feature didn't become
And free kick to Team KNUST is the short free kick, Mustafa Frimpong. The drive at goal, but the ball runs out for a goal kick. Goal kick to Team GIJ. So we are still in the first half here at the Padre Sports Stadium. KNUST are playing against GIJ. And KNUST are leading by 1-0. Very, very early goal in the game from captain Edwin Amwakwata. As the game continues, a chance for Team KNUST, but another offside.
The reason why I don't want to do that is that most of the analysis should be like, you should have done this, you should have done this. Yeah. You don't want like comments like that. That's it. What's something? So, go on the same. So, go on the same.
The game still in session. KNUST leading by 1-0 against GIG. Ball now with GIG, a chance for Team GIG approaching the penalty area. But excellent piece of defensive work. Rabo Jamal, the man in number 4 for Team KNUST, with an excellent recovery. And now KNUST in possession of the ball. So the game continues. The game continues with GIG.
So they say you get a fans audio.
So GIG still approaching the penalty area, and they are failing to get a shot on target. Still GIG in possession of the ball. And finally KNUST comes out with the ball. It's now Paul Awinab. Still Paul gets a through ball. And KNUST approaching goal. It's Evans Dankwa. Evans Dankwa shoots. And they say from Sedemadra. The goalkeeper of GIG making a very comfortable save to deny Evans Dankwa the second goal for Team KNUST. Game resumes with KNUST still in possession of the ball. It's Adamu Fatau finds Evans Dankwa. Back to Adamu. Evans Dankwa. It's now Paul. And KNUST possessing the game, holding onto possession, crossing to the penalty area, and the volley from Edward Owusu Jemfi, unable to find the target. The volley from Edward Owusu Jemfi was unable to find a target. And goal kick to Team GIG. Now KNUST to build up an attack, but it's excellent defensive work from David Kofite, clearing that ball away for a corner kick to Team KNUST. Corner kick to KNUST, who are leading by 1-0. Edwin gets the ball to Paul, but a miscue from Paul Awinab, and it's a free kick. And we'll be having our first cooling break. The first cooling break of the game. I think KNUST are leading by 1-0 here at the Bajo Sports Stadium. The captain of the side, Edwin Amwakwata, got the opening goal for Team KNUST via the penalty. And we're already in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. And this is the 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, the GUSA 2022 Games. And the official hashtag for the competition is GUSA KNUST 2022. GUSA KNUST 2022, the official hashtag for this year's GUSA Games right here in KNUST. So I want you to do an exercise for me right now. I want you to tell me who you think is going to win the game. Either KNUST or GIG. And don't just tell me who you think is going to win the game. Tell me what you think is going to be the final score line after 90 minutes. And add the hashtag GUSA KNUST 2022. So open your Twitter. Write what you think is going to be the final score line and add the hashtag GUSA KNUST 2022. And we'll have a special package for the one who eventually wins it. So you must first post it on Twitter and then also add the hashtag GUSA KNUST 2022. And if you get the scoreline correctly, we'll have a special package for you. So we are still here in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. KNUST are leading by 1-0 against GIJ. I'm captain of Team KNUST.
It's also going to say halftime. But it's only the one end. We see end of first half.
We see after.
Alright, so there are still other games ongoing here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. At the Pajo 2, there's a game ongoing between UDS and also UBIDS. And UDS are leading by 1-0 against UBIDS. Augustin Frimpong was the man who got the goal for UDS as they are leading by 1-0 in the other game as the Pajo 2 stadium. But here at the Pajo 1, KNUST are also leading by 1-0 against Team GIJ. The captain of Team KNUST and the leader of the side, the experienced Edwin Amakwata, was the man who got on the scoreline for Team KNUST.
Happening live also at the basketball court is a game between the University of Ghana and UCC female basketball team. The match just started and I'll be giving you updates as soon as the quarters are ended.
So yes, lots of actions ongoing at different centers in the 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, the GUSA 2022 Games. And center of attraction here at the Pajo Sports Stadium is the game between KNUST and GIG. And quickly KNUST on the attacking stride. And that's a free kick. Prince Safo was brought down very close to the penalty area and he raised a free kick for Team KNUST. Prince Safo was denied the opportunity of getting on goal and it's a free kick to Team KNUST. But he's down with an injury. And Team KNUST, who are leading by 1-0 here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. But also at the other venue, UDS are also leading by 1-0 against UBIDS in the men's soccer. Also in the basketball court, the female basketball team of University of Cape Coast UCC are playing against the female basketball team of University of Ghana UG. But now it's a free kick to Team KNUST. Free kick to Team KNUST. Very close to the penalty area and it's the captain. Ball now with Mustafa Frimpong to his goalkeeper Adams Abdul. And now I see Daniel through and go for KNUST. Ball now with GIJ. It's Emmanuel Ano still. But finally, excellent piece of defensive work from Evans Dakwa, who's been all over the place in the game today. Very, very energetic. So it's a free kick. Oh, pardon me, it's a throw-in. Run advantage Team KNUST. Ball with Abdul Fattah. Now Paul Awin up for KNUST. The captain, the goal scorer Edwin. And ball now with GIJ. Alfred Kwame, but the ball was out for a throw-in. Throwing to Team KNUST. Sorry, throwing to Team GIJ, who are now on the attacking surge. Ball with Michael Autry. Michael Autry. Now gets to GIJ. An excellent piece of defensive work from Team KNUST. It's now GIJ. And the man down, so referee had to hold the game. And KNUST are leading by 1-0, still in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. In the 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, the GUSA 2022 Games. So I remind you that this game is live on TEK TV. TEK TV on YouTube. Search TEK TV on YouTube, and you'll find all the visuals of this game. But it's KNUST with another attacking run. KNUST approaching the penalty area, the cross, but unable to find another man in a yellow jersey running out of play for a goal kick to Team GIJ. So I remind you again that if you have a colleague who want to experience this game between KNUST and GIJ, but it's not at Pajo here, then tell them to open YouTube, search TEK TV on YouTube, and the game is live on there. So the game continues. And a fair play move from Team GIJ. It's now Team KNUST in possession of the ball. It's Mustafa Frimpong for KNUST, who sliced the ball to the captain Edwin Amakwata. Excellent touch. It's now KNUST and goal. He goes past the goalkeeper, and that's it. That's it. The second goal of the game. It's Edward Owusu-Jemfi. I know, what a wonderful goal. He had a great first touch to glance past the goalkeeper and slotting the ball into an open net. Edward Owusu-Jemfi with the second goal for Team KNUST. And still in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, but KNUST are leading. They are leading by 2-0 against GIJ. And it's all Team KNUST at this moment. It was the captain, Edwin Amakwata, who made a wonderful assist to Edward Owusu-Jemfi, who gets the second goal for Team KNUST. So game resumes. It's now Edwin, finds his goalkeeper, Abdul. Mustafa Frimpong. Paul, back to Mustafa Frimpong. Long ball in search of Evans Dakwa. Evans Dakwa with a strike and goal. Yes, it is. That's Evans. That's Dakwa. The third goal for Team KNUST. And this is KNUST. This is Gusa 2022. It's all joy from the home fans. The home team leading by 3-0. Evans Dakwa, the man with the third goal for KNUST.
Share your moments and share your thoughts with the hashtag KNUST2022. Share this moments and share your experience and let us know how you are feeling. It's KNUST 3, GIJ 0.
And Evans Dakwa with the third goal for Team KNUST, who are leading by 3-0. Still in the first half here at the Padro Sports Stadium. KNUST are leading by 3-0. So I remind you that you can share your prediction on Twitter and use the hashtag GusaKNUST2022. GusaKNUST2022. And it's now Edwin Amakwata racing onto the ball, led with the captain. And the ball runs out for a corner kick. To Team KNUST. 3-0 the lead. Still in the first half here at the Padro Sports Stadium. And it's a corner kick. To Team KNUST. And goalkeeper for GIJ, Sede Madra, with a comfortable save. Game now resumes with GIJ in possession of the ball. Alfred. But he couldn't get onto the ball as an excellent clearance from Mustafa Frimpong. Now GIJ with Alfred in possession of the ball. Still Alfred, but ball's won by Edwin, captain of Team KNUST. And the ball rounds out for a throw-in to Team GIJ. It's now throwing to KNUST and captain Edwin gets the ball to Edward. And it's offside. Ball now with Team GIJ. We are trailing by 3-0 here in the first half at the Padro Sports Stadium. Evans Dakwa, the man who got the third goal for Team KNUST. Ball now with Paul. The long ball was in search of Darlington Ofori, but it's a throw-in to Team GIJ. Ball now with GIJ. Looking to build up an attack. It's now Paul. Alfred, but excellent bit of defensive work. Mustafa Frimpong reading that pass excellently, and a timely clearance as the ball runs out for a corner kick to Team GIJ. GIJ are still trying to build themselves into the game. It's a corner kick to Team GIJ. Ball sent into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper comes out to claim that ball very comfortably. Edwin. Well, the ball was in search of Daniel Asiedu, but that's an offside. And ball quickly with KNUST-TEK. Evans Dakwa. It's now GIJ moving forward. Gerald Balfour, but he failed to control the ball, and it's a throw-in to KNUST-TEK. KNUST-TEK are leading by 3-0, and we are still here in the first half at the Pajo Sports Stadium. And the long ball in search of Captain Edwin Amwakwata. Edwin gets the through ball in search of Edward. Edward latches onto the ball well. Draws the ball back. It's now Paul Awinab. Crossfield ball. The cross into the penalty area. The header unable to hit the target from Team KNUST.
So updates from the women's basketball match that is happening now. At the end of the first quarter, UCC 12, UG 0-4. UCC 12, UG 4, first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter of the women's basketball match, it's UCC 12, UG 4. That game looks heated, Dennis.
Yes, but still here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, KNUST are leading by 3-0 against Team GIJ. Edwin Amakwata, Edward Owusu, and then Evans Dankwa, the three men on target for Team KNUST. And the game continues with the ball to Edward Owusu Jemfi, the man who got the second goal for KNUST. And it's now GIJ who can build up an attack with Emmanuel Adon. And that ball almost caused some trouble for KNUST, but it's a goal kick. And we are still in the first half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. Football match between KNUST and GIJ. It's now the ball to Asiedu Daniel. Asiedu Daniel approaching goal. Still Daniel! But excellent piece of defensive work from Team GIJ. And we have two men down on the pitch, including the goalkeeper, which results in the whole two of the game. So we are still here in the first half at the Pajo Sports Stadium, and I remind you that the official hashtag for the game is Gusa KNUST 2022. Gusa KNUST 2022. So predict the scoreline of what you think is going to be the final scoreline in this game. And the winner will have a special package. Already I have some predictions, but if you are making your prediction, add the hashtag Gusa KNUST 2022. So at Lukaku_90, as Lukaku_90 says, the scoreline will be KNUST 3, GIJ 0. That's his prediction, and that's what we have right now. Magbash M on Twitter at Magbash M also says the scoreline will be 1-0, but it's already 3-0. So you can also make your prediction on Twitter and add the hashtag Busa KNUST 2022. But the game continues with KNUST in possession of the ball. It's Captain Edwin Amakwata approaching The goal area, the through pass. It's KNUST to the shot and goal! But that's offside. That's offside. Unable to time their running. And KNUST are still leading. KNUST are still leading by 3-0. So it's halftime here at the Padre Sports Stadium. And after 45 minutes of play, KNUST are leading JJ by 3-0. The first goal was scored by the captain of Team KNUST, Edwin. The captain of Team KNUST, Edwin. Edwin Amakwata got the opening goal for Team KNUST. Then Edward Owusu-Jemfi got the second goal. Then Evans Dankwa got the third goal for Team KNUST. So you can predict what you think is going to be the final result of the 90 minutes. Log on to Twitter and add the hashtag GusaKNUST2022. I have a prediction here from Agamao Keposio. He says KNUST is going to win by 5-0. And add the hashtag GusaKNUST2022. Doris Lonta also says the game is going to be KNUST 3, JJ 0. And added the hashtag KNUST2022. Another prediction here says Team KNUST 6, JJ 0. And added the hashtag GusaKNUST2022. So the official hashtag for the games is GusaKNUST2022. You can tell your predictions and add the hashtag GusaKNUST2022. And if you get it right, we'll have a special package for you. So it's halftime here at the Padre Sports Stadium. And Team KNUST are leading by 3-0 against GIJ. So we await what to happen in the second 45 minutes. Whether it's going to still be all Team KNUST or GIJ are going to come back into the game.
We are reminded that tomorrow at exactly 12 p.m. we'll be having the athletics competition start here at the Padre Stadium. All schools are well represented for all the athletics competition we'll be having, from running to high jump to long jump. All will be live here at exactly 12 p.m. Once again, the hashtag is GUSA KNUST-TEK. I want to thank all the media houses for the special coverages that they've been having so far. Share your thoughts, share your opinion. What will be the final score? It's first half KNUST 3, GIJ 0. How will the match end?
And the second half of the game is about to commence here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. GIJ have already made the first substitution of the game. Idrisu Ishaku has been introduced to replace Andrews Adunkwa. So the game, second half of the game is underway. KNUST are leading by 3-0 against Team GIJ. And the game is underway. Free kick to Team KNUST, and there's the captain Edwin Amwakwata. It's now Mustafa Frimpong, but his attempt unable to hit the target, and a goal kick to Team GIJ. So I can see in the stadium Christopher Nete, who is a player. And the game resumes with KNUST in possession of the ball. It's Evans Dankwa. Gets a cross into the penalty area. And a comfortable save for goalkeeper Sede Madra. And it's thrown to Team GIJ. The game is in the second half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. KNUST are leading by 3-0. All 3 goals coming in the first half. And we are still in the early minutes here in the second half. At the Pajo Sports Stadium is the 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games GUSA 2022 being hosted right here in Kumasi on KNUST campus. So free kick to Team GIJ. And game resumes. KNUST losing the ball, and it's now GIJ. But excellent defensive work. It's now free kick to Team KNUST. Ball with Daniel Asiedu. It's now Eduardas Owusu Jemfi for KNUST. Back to Adamu Fatao, then a shot at goal. That was from Paul Awina, but unable to hit the target as it's a goal kick to GIJ. KNUST is to lead by 3-0. 3 goals coming in the first half, and we are now in the second half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. Game continues. With KNUST in possession of the ball, but it's offside. And time for the first substitution for Team KNUST. KNUST making the first change of the game. And it's Adamu Fatao making way for Isaac Apiaje, who has been introduced into the second half in the game. It's now KNST.
You got it. Holy.
And the game continues. Free kick. It's now Team Kenneth Isaac Apiaje finds Rabo Jamal. Valentin Ofori. Back to Isaac. Now Mustafa Frimpong. And the man down for Team KNST. A man down on the turf. And we are still here in the second half here at the Padre Sports Stadium. The game between KNUST and GIJ still here in the second half with KNUST leading by 3-0. 3 goals which all came in the first half. And we are now in the second half in the game. So free kick to Team KNST. Ball into the penalty area. But again it's offside. This time the culprit was Edward Owusu Jemfi. Now KNST, Evans Dankwa finds Paul. Isaac Apiaje. Now Jamal to his goalkeeper Adams Abdul. Back to Rabel Jamal for KNUST. It's now Isaac Apiaje. Mustafa Frimpong. The ball was in search of Captain Edwin, but it's a throw-in to GIJ. And now a chance at goal for Team KNUST approaching the penalty area. Still driving towards the goal. A shot at goal. And that's the third. That's the fourth goal. The fourth goal for Team KNUST. And Prince Safu. The fourth goal for Team KNUST. And KNUST are now leading by 4-0. And Prince Safu, the man with the fourth goal for Team KNUST. And now here in the second half, and KNUST are leading GIJ by 4-0.
Then it's updates from the basketball courts, and at the end of the second quarter, UCC 31, UG 10. UCC 31, UG 10. And that's the women's basketball match that is also happening at Pajo now.
So UCC leading University of Ghana in women's basketball, but the game is still in session. You can join and get glimpses of that game, but still here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, KNUST leading by 4-0 against GIJ, and a chance for GIJ unable to get that header onto the target. And the game continues with KNUST and the fourth goal scorer, Prince Safu. But it's a throw-in to Team KNUST. Throw-in to Team KNUST, and I remind you again that you can get the game live on YouTube. Search Tech TV on YouTube and get the visuals of the game live as it happens. It's Evans Dankwa. Now for KNUST. Thanks, Paul. Now Evans Dankwa. Thrown goal. But JIJ win possession. And the ball now is out for a throw-in advantage. Team KNUST. And we have Evans Dankwa down on the pitch. The man who got one of the goals for Team KNUST. So KNUST are now leading by 4-0. KNUST are leading by 4-0 against GIJ here in the men's football game at the Padro Sports Stadium. KNUST had a walkover in their first game against CTK Utahs, and this is their second game, and they are leading by 4-0 here in the second half. Game resumes with KNUST in possession of the ball, approaching the penalty area. The shot from goal, and that's a bullet. That's a bullet of a strike. And KNUST have the fourth. Is the man who got the fourth goal, Prince Safu, getting the fifth goal for Team KNUST. 5 goals, 5 unanswered goals. And what a bullet of a strike that was. Prince Safu from the edge, or from right inside the penalty area, driving a shot at goal, and no answers from goalkeeper Sebe Madra of GIJ. And KNUST 5, GIJ 0, and we are still in the second half here at the Padro Sports Stadium. And Prince Safu was the man who got the 5th goal for Team KNUST, and he gets a brace because he also got the 4th goal. So a brace for the man Prince Safu. But the game resumes with JJ in possession of the ball. It's now Gerald Balfour, but he's lost it. And ball now with Dennis Afatu. JJ gets across into the penalty area. Still JJ, and ball rounds out of play for a corner kick. Advantage KNUST. And the man, Evans Dankwa, is back into the game. Such a menacing winger. But it's a corner kick to Team GIJ. Corner kick to be effected by Walid Jesse. Jesse gets the corner kick into the penalty area, cleared from danger zone. Now it's a throw-in to Team KNUST, the host nation, the host school of this year's 2022 Gusa Games. Ball now with Mustafa Frimpong. Apia J. Back to Frimpong. And the foul. Advantage Team KNUST. The man impeded was Daniel Asiedu. So another player down on the pitch to be treated, but we are still here in the second half of the Padro Sports Stadium. The men's soccer game between KNUST and GIJ. We are in the second half, and KNUST are leading by 5-0. KNUST leading by 5-0. The first goal scored by the captain Edwin Amwakwata. Then it was Edward Osujemfi who got the second. Evans Dankwa got the third. And a brace from Prince Safu leaves us at KNUST 5, JJ 0, still in the second half here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. It's Darlington Ofori for KNUST. Football finds, but the cross is taken away and GIJ can now build up a swift counter-attack. Ball now with KNUST. Paul Jamal back. It's now Evans Dankwa approaching the goal area of JIJ. Leaves it for Paul Winab. The cross into the penalty area, and that's a hat-trick. That is a hat-trick. The man Prince Safu arriving at the far post to head one into the back of the net, and KNUST are up by 6-0. 6 goals for KNUST, 3 goals for Prince Safu, and this man has arrived. Hat-trick for Prince Safu, and this is the Ghana University Sports Association games. This is the Gusa 2022 games. This is KNUST, and this is Team KNUST. 6 goals the lead here in the second half against JIJ.
Share your opinion, share your thoughts with the hashtag GustaKNUST2022. Tell us how you are feeling now and express yourself on Twitter. Do you still think the predictions will be 6-0 or more goals will come in?
7-0.
And KNUST will make a substitution. Daniel Asiedu being taken out. He's played so well today and to be replaced by Emmanuel Edubuache, who is the 19 jersey coming on for Team KNUST. 6 goals the lead. And we are still in the second half.
Where is Ralph?
And Emmanuel Edubuache comes into the game. So we are still here in the second half of the Pajo Sports Stadium. KNUST leading by 6-0 against GIJ. And there has been a hat-trick for Prince Safu. In Team KNUST. The game has resumed. Goal kick to Team KNUST, who are leading by 6-0. Mustafa Frimpong for KNUST. Gets to Jamal Rabil. Jamal now finds Isaac Apiaje. Back to Jamal. Goalkeeper Adams Abdul. Ball in search of Edward Osujemfi, who is one of the scorers in the game today. Now first touch for Emmanuel Edubuache. Oh, wonderful touch. And KNUST building about attack still going. But what a sliding challenge that was. Ball back with KNUST. Isaac. It's now Jamal Rabil. Finds Mustafa Frimpong. Now the captain, Edwin, who got the first goal of the game today and the first goal of KNUST's journey in the 2022 Gusa Games. Now Darlington Ofori with the through ball in search of Edward Owusu Jemfi. The cross into the penalty area and sneaking at the far post. Of course, no need for introduction. Prince Safu. He was searching for a fourth goal. And that man is so unstoppable in the game today. Prince Safu. A hat-trick he has already to his name. So Team GIJ need a miracle, and they are making 2 substitutions in hopes of that. Being taken off the game is Daniel Kofite, and being introduced is Frederick Asante. So the game resumes with KNST Rabel Jamal. Finds Mustafa Frimpong. He's lost the ball there. And JJ, Emmanuel Ano, still Ano Emmanuel. Finds, that is Darlington. And Gerald Buffalo for JJ was unable to find a consolation goal, as they're already down by 6-0 against Team KNST. It's now Rabel Jamal for KNST. Finds Paul Awinab. Paul, one full control and 10. But he's lost possession and GIJ. Edwin finds Prince Safu. Prince racing onto the ball, but the excellent bit of read from Jeremiah of GIJ. And now it's GIJ who have possession with Bafwa Gerald. He finds Emmanuel Anon, but ball's lost. Evans Dankwa. Evans finds Edward Owusu. Darlington. Isaac Apiaje. Mustafa Frimpong. Edwin for KNST. Nice pass in search of Emmanuel Edubuache. Ball crossing into the penalty area, but to goalkeeper. The goalkeeper Sedem Adra with a comfortable save. Nice start from Isaac Apiaje. Now Emmanuel, the ball to Edward. Oh, wonderful flick. It's now Evans Dankwa. Evans, still Evans in possession of the ball. Still Evans on the ball. But it's a foul. And ball to Team GIJ. GIJ down by 6-0. And they've lost possession. It's Edward still on goal. Shot at goal. And the goalkeeper fumbling with that shot, but ball's been cleared. And it's a throw-in to Team KNST. Throw-in to Team KNST. Leading by 6-0 against GIJ. A hat-trick for Prince Safu. Not just a hat-trick, a second half hat-trick for Prince Safu. And 3 other goals from Edward Owusu, the captain, Edwin. And Evans Dankwa, bringing KNST's lead to 6 goals here at the 2022 edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, GUSA 2022. So reminder that the women's basketball game is still ongoing. On the basketball court, UCC playing against University of Ghana in that game in women's basketball. UCC are currently in the lead as the game is still ongoing. But the game here at the Pajo Sports Stadium is 6-0. KNUST are leading against JIJ. And it's a substitution for Team GIJ. The man in number 9, Fitzgerald Bafwajimai, coming out and being replaced by Shamel Mumuni of GIJ. So we'll be having our second cooling break. Second cooling break in the game, with KNUST leading by 6-0. 3 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second half for Team KNUST. A hat-trick from Prince Safu, a goal from Edward, a goal also from Evans Dankwa, and a goal from the captain, Edwin Amakwata, who got KNUST's first goal of the 2022 edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games. So reminder that the official hashtag for the games is GUSA KNUST 2022. GUSA KNUST 2022. That's the official hashtag. Anytime you make any tweets, be sure to add the hashtag GUSA KNUST 2022. So the other game still ongoing at the Pajo 2 is between UDS and also UBIDS. So at the basketball court, the third quarter has ended between UCC and UG. And it's 49 for UCC, 12 for UG at the end of the third quarter. But again, here at the Pajo Sports Stadium between KNUST and GIJ still continues, with KNUST leading by 6-0. So corner kick, it's a corner kick to Team KNUST. Paul, he has a cross into the penalty area, and Prince Safu, of course, he's always the man at the end of every cross, but this time was unable to get his attempt on target. It's now throwing to Team KNUST, who are leading by 6-0, 6 unanswered goals for Team KNUST. Ball now with GIJ. Mustafa Frimpong. Adams, the goalkeeper. Mustafa. Back with Adams, the goalkeeper for KNUST. Galentino Fori. Nice flick for Evans Dankwa. It's now Prince Safu, the hat-trick hero, the man with 3 goals in the game for Team KNUST, but balls lost. And wonderful clearance. Now Prince Safu. Isaac Apiaje. Emmanuel Edubuache. Back with Isaac. Prince Safu. Jamal. And now KNUST still in control of the ball, in control of possession, and they seem so comfortable on the ball, sharing possession all across the pitch. Galentino Fori with the ball in search of Paul Arinab, but good timing and reading from Michael Atre, and it's a corner kick to Team KNUST. So corner kick taking. Evans down, coming across into the penalty area. And the goalkeeper Sede Madra taking the ball out of his goal area, but it's now KNUST in possession of the ball. Darlington finds his goalkeeper, Adams Abdul. It's now Mustafa Frimpong. And Jamal Rabel for KNUST. Now Evans, Dankwa. Oh, nice touch. But Darlington unable to get onto that ball, and it's a throw-in to Team GIJ. Ball now with Isaac Apiaje in midfield. Brought down, and it's free kick to Team KNUST. So it's not KNUST, still KNUST. So we are still here in the second half of the Padre Sports Stadium. The 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, GUSA 2022. And the match at hand today is KNUST versus GIJ. Valentin Ofori for KNUST. And balls lost in midfield. Now a chance for GIJ to build up an attack. It's now Alfred. Alfred for GIJ. Alfred still on the ball. Alfred draws the ball back. But the shot has goal, unable to hit the target. The shot from Wally JC was unable to hit the target. So the game continues with KNUST in possession of the ball. It's now the long ball in search of Prince Safo. Prince Safo, still Prince Safo. He was looking for a fourth goal, but goalkeeper Sede Madra pick off his lines to grab that ball. Now GIJ to build up an attack. But Jamal making that clearance out of play for a throw-in to Team GIJ. It's now GIJ with Alfred approaching the penalty area. Still GIJ. The cross into the penalty area. But defensive clearance. Now Prince Safo, the hat-trick hero for KNUST. Prince Safo goes past one man already. Still Prince Safo gets the ball to Paul Awinab. It's now KNUST. So KNUST lose the ball there in very dangerous areas, but a wonderful, wonderful block. Great block there to deny GIJ a consolation goal. Now Paul Awinab for KNUST. But ball back with GIJ. GIJ. It's now Prince Safo. And the pass in search of Evans Dankwa. Evans racing onto the GIJ goal. Still Evans Dankwa cutting to his right leg, but the shot flying over the crossbar. Unable to hit the target. So goal kick to Team KNUST. And we are still here in the second half at the Pajo Sports Stadium. The game between KNUST and GIJ has KNUST leading by 6 goals to 0. But possession given away to GIJ. An excellent sliding tackle from Mustafa Frimpong. It's now KNUST. And ball rounds out now for a throw-in. Throw-in to Team KNUST, but the goalkeeper, Abdul Adams Jabal, is down with an injury and therefore has to be treated on the pitch. So this is the 27th edition of the Ghana University Sports Association Games, the GUSA 2022 Games. And KNUST, the host school, the school hosting this year's edition, playing in a football game and leading by 6 goals to 0 against GIJ. The first goal scored by the captain. The first goal scored by the captain, Edwin Amakwata. Then Edward got his goal, Evans Dakwa. Then came the hat-trick man, Prince Safu, getting a hat-trick for Team KNUST. And the game resumes with Evans Dankwa. Finds Prince Safu, back to Evans, but unable to thread that pass through. Is now Darlington. And the shot at goal. Emmanuel Dubachi unable. So another substitution, and Paul Awina, who's been so good in the game today, being taken out to be replaced by Richmond Edukwachi. But also at the Pajo 2 Stadium, the other pitch, UDS are leading by 2 goals to 0 against UBIDS. And the scorer is David Abagna-Sanda, getting the second goal for UDS against UBIDS. But here at the Pajo Sports Stadium, KNUST are leading by 6 goals to 0 against GIJ. The game continues with KNUST in possession of the ball. Captain Edwin throws the ball through in midfield. It's now Darlington. And the through pass in search of Prince Safu. Prince still on the ball, but that through pass was looking for the man who just came on, Edward Richmond Kwache. Was unable to find him. Corner kick taken, Prince Safu. Now Evans Dankwa. The short cross has run out and it's a corner kick to Team KNUST. So KNUST have a corner kick in their advantage, and also 6 goals to their advantage in the game. But at the other venue, UDS are leading by 2 goals to 0. Corner kick this time sent in by Evans Dankwa. Throwing to Team KNUST. Isaac Apiaje. Now Darlington. Jamal. Isaac. Nice spin of the body. But it's finally lost possession, and this time it's a throw-in. Throw-in to team JIJ. So at the other venue, UDS are still leading by 2-0, and the 2 goals for UDS. First goal scored by Augustine Frimpong, and second goal scored by David Abagna-Sanda. Both players play for RTU, both players play for UDS, and both players on the score sheets in that game at Pajo 2 Stadium. Are still here at the Pajo Stadium. The Pajo 1, KNUST are still leading by 6-0 against JIJ. So it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick to Team JIJ, who are down by 6-0. And we are still here in the second half at the Pajo Sports Stadium. It's Evans Dankwa. Prince Afro now flanks the ball to Darlington Ofori. The cross into the penalty area, but the goalkeeper makes the save. Sede Madra making that save for Team JIJ. So ball with Team KNUST. Isaac Apiaje gets that ball in search of Richmond, who just came into the game but unable to reach. So the game resumes with KNUST in possession of the ball. It's JIJ now, can build an attack, Team JIJ, but excellent read from Jamal. Now KNUST with Darlington, Isaac, Darlington, Jamal, now for KNUST, but he's lost it. But the referee holds the game. And it's a foul for Team KNUST after Darlington. Valentino Ofori was impeded. But UDS are still leading by 2-0 against UBIDS in that second game, which is also ongoing in the Gusa games. So UDS have now scored 3 goals and leading by 3-0 against UBIDS. KNUST have also scored 6 and leading by 6-0 against JIJ. Now the ball is a throw-in. It's a throw-in to Team KNUST. Ball in the penalty area now for JIJ. JIJ still in possession of the ball, trying to wiggle their way through. But finally, the whole school, KNUST, come forth with the ball, and Prince Safu, the hat-trick hero, Prince, latches onto the ball excellently, still in possession of the ball. Prince Safu beats one man, still Prince. He shoots at goal. But Prince Safu unable to hit the target on that occasion, and goal kick to Team JIJ. GIJ with the goal kick. As we are still here in the second half. And that's it. That's the conclusion of the game here at the Pajo Sports Stadium. So 90 minutes of football, that and dusted. KNUST winning the game by 6-0. 6 unanswered goals from KNUST, the whole school against GIJ. The first goal scored by KNUST's captain Edwin Amwakwata. Then came Edward Owusu-Jemfi with the second goal. The third goal was from Evans Dankwa. Then the hat-trick from Prince Apu, which ends the game. KNUST 6, GIJ 0.
My nigga is 65. I said I didn't know lie. Everything check, no decline. Nobody Victoria, this shit goes. If I fail, I need it, that I'll come back stronger. I lost to let that way, that's how I grow. A tough skin, that's the trauma time. It's here, but not a time for yourself. Don't care about me. Only boss five oh. It's here, but not a time for yourself. Don't care about me. Yeah, no, you want me go. 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 Some yeah, no, you want me go. Been my way up, do this. Yeah, we talk to us. This guy said, don't gas up. I will
Name and the team.
Abdulwahid Rao, GIJ.
Okay, so how do you feel now?
Oh, very bad. We should have done better, but at least we have to go back to the drawing board to make sure we repair all the mistakes we came here to do for next year or next 2 years. We will come back and do better than what we just observed.
Okay, so boss, what were some of the challenges you encountered on the pitch?
You know, basically in a football game where you go in and you have the mindset of winning all 50-50 balls and it doesn't go well, it's kind of hurts. You know, we did our best, but then our best wasn't enough for us. And in some circumstances too, I think the officiating didn't go that well for us. In some of the goals that were offside, but then he played on and the goals were taken. So these are things that really hurt us, but then it's football, anything can happen. So that is it.
When is your next match?
Okay, we are done. Our next opponent didn't show up, so they didn't come at all. So we have to play only 2 matches as it stands. So we are good to go now.
Okay, so what do you have to say to people of GIG?
Well, we say we are sorry. We we came here to make them proud. But then, as football, there are three things involved. Whether you win, you lose, or you draw. So things didn't go that well as we planned. We say they should forgive us. That's not what we planned, but then it has happened. So they should just forgive us so that we move on.
So what do you have to say to people of GIG?
Oh, Charlie, we are very, very, very sorry for what happened today. We promise them next year we'll prepare well and make sure we take glory back to Accra.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Boss, what's your name and which team do you play for?
My name is Edwin. I'm an accountant, Team KNUST-TEK.
How do you feel now?
Feel good. I think this is the first game of the tournament for us. Then winning by 6 goals to 0. I think it's a good start.
What was the secret behind the 6 goals?
We got so many chances to score even more than 6 goals, but I think most of the balls were, to me, it wasn't offside, but the referee score is final decision. So I think that teamwork and then equalizing, scoring more of your chances. I think that's the most important thing.
When is your next game?
Sunday. We are playing against UEW on Sunday, 3 p.m.
So how are your preparations towards that?
It's match after match. The Gusa games, you play game after game because every school comes with a different style. So we go to the boardroom, prepare against Winneba because they have a different team and they have a different game style. So we go in, we watch their games, then Sunday we'll tell.
Were you at a point, disappointed when you scored the 3 goals and you were told it was offside?
Not really. It's part of the game. The referee's decision is final, so it's normal.
So what do you have to say to people of KNUST?
Oh, we thank the fans very much for coming in to support us. And then we don't want to make promises, but we are going to do our best to win gold for KNUST.
All right, thank you very much for your time.